What's up, everybody? It's your boy Bobby G, and I'm back again, guys. And guess what time of year it is? For me, at least, Christmas done came early. That's right. Look what Caudabe sent over to your boy Bobby G. And that's right, I've got 5 different flavors of Paragon cases from Caudabe in a couple of different variations, but they're all part of the Paragon series. Okay. So what we're gonna do today is go through all these, do our normal suite of try-ons, and I'm gonna give y'all my thoughts at the end of the video. So stick around, okay? Stick around to the end. Do me a huge favor, like, comment, and subscribe. And if you guys consider, hey, maybe I ought to try out these Paragon cases, you know what you can do? Just go ahead and use those links in the video description. No cost to you. Help your boy Bobby G out this holiday season or whenever you're watching this. Okay, I really appreciate you guys. But before we get into the video, let's do a little bit of a preview, and I'm going to be putting some screenshots and some information on the screen for you about this Paragon case. So if you're not interested in hearing about the information about the cases, you can go ahead and skip forward to just the try on and the look around of these cases and then my final thoughts. But for everybody else, let's go ahead and start off with these Paragon cases. So right now on Caudabe's website, these are retailing for $55 each. I know what you're saying to yourself. That sounds like a lot of money. But when you actually get this case in hand, that's when you really see the value starting to come into play, okay? But I digress, y'all. So I'm just going to tell you right now, this is going to be one of their cases, and there are many of their lineups. Now, in the description of this, they say right off the bat that this is going to be a masterclass in refinement. That's what they call this Paragon series case. Now, I'm just going to give you guys a little bit of highlights as we go through. Number one, the edge-to-edge elegance. So again, the idea behind the Paragon series is it's more of a refined look, right? So it's going to be the, think about like maybe a date night type thing, or if I want to dress up or just have that less rugged looking case and more of a polished look. Okay, so again, they say on their site, the back shell has a lightly textured matte finish. So that is really awesome. And that's probably one of my favorite things about this Paragon case with pearlescent sheen. And it's also going to be resistant to scratches. Another thing that they mention on their site is going to be it has a polycarbonate shell with their Shocklight technology. And what that means is it's going to be good for up to 15 feet of drop protection. Don't even come to this channel thinking I'm going to be dropping and throwing my phone. Yeah, I don't have deep pockets like that, okay? So I'm just going to give you the information from the manufacturer. Then, of course, it's going to have microfiber lining to keep that iPhone 17 Pro Max miles away from that stretch gate. Scratch gate. What, stretch gate? Is stretch gate a thing? You know what? Scratch gate. We don't want to get our phone scratched up at all. And it's going to protect the back of your phone. You're going to have a 1.7 millimeter above the screen at the top and the bottom. So you can have that. And again, we'll do that when we do the walk around for this case. And it's going to taper off in the middle. So this is going to have what they call contoured grooves on either side. And you guys will see that when we do our look around with aluminum buttons. They're going to have a very tactile, crisp, satisfactory click. No worry there. And it's going to have MagSafe. For this, I'm going to use my Cosmic Orange iPhone so you guys can see the contrast against the colors that I have. And for the video, just so you guys can be ready to know what you're going to be looking at, we've got the Moonstone, which is their white and gray. And I'll flash the picture on the screen for you right now. Their Ember case, which is going to match that Cosmic Orange. And then we're going to have the Midnight, which is essentially their black. So you can see that contrast between the black and the orange. All right, so now that we've done that intro part of the video, let's go ahead and start things off by weighing our cases. Now, we do have a couple of different variety of cases that we're going to review today. As part of the Paragon series, we're going to do one. I don't have it for every color, but I do have it for one of the colors. So we're going to show you guys the weight difference first between the Paragon, Ember, Open, and Precise. So basically the difference that you can expect in weight between these two cases. And then we'll do our look around, and then we'll do our try on where we do our series of tests. So the first one we're going to weigh is going to be the Paragon in the Open setup. So you know what open setup means, right? Open setup means less material. So we've got our scaled 0 out, and as you guys saw there, it's going to be 46 grams on this open Paragon case in Ember versus, let's check and see how much our precise. So the difference in the Paragon and the precise is going to be in the design and the coverage. So you guys can see with the open Paragon case, camera plateau is going to be fully encapsulated, right? It's going to be fully protected. So we got 46 grams for the open. Now for the precise, which is going to give you full coverage, we've got it coming in at 50 grams. So 50 grams for the precise, 46 grams was it for the open. So what's that? 4 gram difference there in the design. Nothing too terrible there in the weight difference, but you're already looking at a 4 gram difference between the two of those. So starting off with the case, let's go ahead and take a look around. We'll do it with our precise case, and then we will go ahead and do our try on. So with this right here, as you guys can see, we do have the aluminum machine buttons right there. So for the action, volume up and volume down. So we're gonna have those very nice aluminum buttons on there. You're gonna have those grooved, the grooved texture. They refer to this. Let me go down here on their page. This is going to be their grooves, grooved texture on the sides. Then on the bottom, you're gonna have the symmetrical cutouts for the speaker, USB-C, microphone. On the other side, more of the aluminum color match buttons right there as you guys see them. And then again, remember y'all, they do it right. Thank you, Caudabe, for this. Covered camera control button. That's like the only way that anybody should be making cases nowadays. Like open camera control buttons, that's garbage. Then of course you got the back. Got that glossy finish, looks really nice, and it feels good on the hands, very shiny. Now with this one, with the precise, again, remember you got full coverage for the camera plateau. And on the top, which is really cool, is you're gonna have minimal Caudabe branding. So I don't know if you guys can see this on camera, but you got a little logo at the very top of your Paragon case, which I think is pretty cool. It's a nice little Easter egg. On the inside, you're gonna have that microfiber texture with that hexagon design on the inside, so it actually feels really good. And it says it's made with their shock light technology to absorb those drops. So again, these are rated for 15 foot drops. Okay, I'm just gonna give you guys another look around. So this is just gonna be the open case. Everything's gonna be the same. Just you're gonna have a very large opening for your camera plateau. Now the difference with the close, or the precise rather, try to hold these and show y'all. So with the precise, again, it's going to, I've already put this case on the phone, but I'm gonna show you guys here in a second. The inner portion of this precise cutout is going to be barely raised above your camera bumps. But this outer portion of your camera plateau on this protection is raised up a little bit more. So you don't have to worry about any kind of impacts or anything like that on the camera. Now with this one, it is raised really high. So your camera plateau is open, but it's got a very high raised lip for your camera protection, even though it's open. So without further ado, guys, we're gonna do our dress up and then put it through our battery, our series of tests. I know I showed you the orange just now, but look, I'm not gonna lie. I put this color on my phone and just check it out, guys. This looked too clean, too clean not to leave it on there for right now, okay? So the first one we're gonna do is we're gonna try on, this is the midnight color in the open setup. So you guys can see right there, open setup for the Paragon. Let's go ahead and go through our series of tests. I'm gonna go ahead and bring in our USB-C. This is gonna be our big dog, our big chungus, as they say. So if it can fit this USB-C, you can fit anything in your life, okay? So let's go ahead and bring in our oversized USB-C. See if it fits with this Paragon case. And y'all heard it right there, okay? It fits without an issue. So if you can fit this large, oversized charger, you're not going to have any problems with any chargers on this particular case. So that's our USB-C. You know what's next in the test? It's going to be all about that MagSafe. MagSafe. So we got our MagSafe charger. Bring that in. Does it work? MagSafe works on this case without an issue, just like you know you would. Okay, so MagSafe, check. USB-C, check. Let's bring in our... Where is it at? Where are you at, my Komolo tripod? Get up here. It's your time to shine. So y'all know we got the patent Bobby G shake and bake test. You're only going to find on my channel. If you find it somewhere else, that's just because they duplicated my test, those sons of guns. So bring in our tripod, put it on there, and shake the HE double hockey sticks out of it. And as you guys can see, it's got really strong magnets. No issue right there at all. Now, I will tell you guys, with this right here, with this case, there have been questions from my viewers. Look, I'm OCD, y'all don't mind me. I just wipe everything down. But there were some questions from my viewers. They said, Bobby, does it have any button shake? Like, is there any noise going on? So let me let you be the judge of it. So there is a little bit of a button rattle, and I have actually determined that that is the action button on this case. So let me hold down this action button, hold it with my finger, and then shake again, see if we get it again. So yeah, that is the action button that is causing that rattle. Just be honest, y'all. With me personally, it doesn't bother me. But my viewers asked, does it rattle? So I want to make sure and be honest and transparent with you guys, just so you can know what to expect from this Paragon case. So we did USB-C. We did MagSafe. We did magnet strength. Let's take a look around now with the case on the phone. Remember, y'all, even lips at the bottom. Camera plateau, you guys hopefully can see and make it on camera pretty good, but this is the open concept, and I'm trying to bring it up so you guys can see on camera. It has got a very high raised lip all the way around, and your camera plateau is pretty recessed in there. So you've got a pretty good raised lip on the outer side for protection. So I could toss that down just like y'all saw right there, not even worry about any of that touching my camera plateau. I could flip it over, do the same, because on the front, remember, I've got that raised lip. I think it's like 1.7 millimeters. Let me find on the page real quick. It is 1.7 millimeters for the raised lip for the top, and for the bottom, and in the middle, it's going to be basically flush. I got a screen protector on there. I think it's a Spigen, and it is flush with that, so makes the swiping action very easy. So the grooves right here give you a really nice purchase on the phone. I know the back is going to be, you could say it's slippery, but the grooves on the side give you a nice purchase. I'm not worried about this falling out of my hand at all when I'm using it. Let me see here. I think that's it. Let's check the camera control button so you guys can see. That works right there. Y'all saw how easy that was without an issue. So 10 points on that. Let me see here. You guys might want to hear how tactile the buttons are. Let's bring this up to the microphone and give you guys a little bit of action. So here's our power button. Action button. Volume up. Volume down. So I don't know, they sound pretty good to me. What do y'all think? So that was my look around. We did our battery of tests, guys. Let's do a little bit of dress up here. Get the different colors on there. Let you guys make your own decisions on if you think you would pick up one of these cases and which color you might use with your phone. Let's go ahead and start off with going from our orange on black to, now we've got our Ember open Paragon case. Quick look around. Left side. Front of our case. Right side. Bottom. back side, top view, and then let me show you what the precise in Ember is going to look like. Here's our precise Paragon case in that Ember. So left side, front, right side, back. So remember with this one, the middle portion of your covered camera plateau is going to be about, I'd say about a hair above your camera bumps. But then this outer portion of that camera plateau is going to be raised up even higher. So you're good for back down protection. No issues with this precise one. So you just choose which one is your flavor. Bottom. And then top. And we've got one more that we're going to try, and that is going to be the Moonstone. It's going to be an open one. All right, and here is our Moonstone. Open in the Paragon. So left side, front, right side, back side, top view, and then bottom view. So you guys can see right here all the different ones that we reviewed or we looked at in this video. This is going to come all down to personal preference. You saw yourselves that the precise case weighs a little bit more, so 4 grams more than the other ones. Is that a deal breaker? No, it's not a deal breaker to me. That's not that much more weight. Really goes down to style. Do you like the open concept? Do you like having that camera plateau open? Or do you have it like having it basically like you see right here with the precise? So precise, see less of the camera plateau, a little bit more protective. I've seen all kinds of crazy stuff on the internet. Like somebody said, oh, well, you know, the back of this camera plateau is supposed to be open because it helps with heat dissipation. I don't know if that's true. I think it's just a style thing. So what do you think, guys? Do you like the open concept? Do you like the precise? So you see less of that camera plateau. Makes you feel more like you got an older iPhone. What do you guys think? Which one will you pick up? What color variation? All that jazz. Let's talk about it in the comment section, guys. And as always, if you have questions that I didn't cover exactly in this video, let's bring that to the comment section. Let's take that to Twitter. Message me. Hit me up on Instagram. Let me know if you have questions. I will address those questions on social media as best as possible. So that way you guys can make an informed decision before you go out and spend your hard-earned money, okay? Let's be honest. Let's be real. So I really appreciate your time, y'all. I know this is a longer video, but I think it's well worth it to see the different variations of the Paragon case. I know I went into this thinking Paragon case. This is their like fancy case, right? This is like the shiny one that you just want to keep it for just maybe the weekends or for a date night. Nah. As I've done this video right here, giving you guys my thoughts, I could absolutely see myself dailying this. Now, would I be more delicate on it? I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Just because of how nice it looks, it's less rugged looking. I'll probably go a little bit easier on this case, but absolutely, I could daily the heck out of this case and not be worried about it because I feel like it's gonna protect my phone really well on the inside and the outside because of the protection that it has. I'm less worried about damage to the front because of that redesign that they did this year with the much higher raised top and bottom lip. That gives me much more confidence on laying this face down somewhere or dropping it. But listen, I don't drop my phones, okay? So knock on wood. But hey, y'all, I appreciate you. Thank you for hearing me ramble and talk about all kinds of crazy stuff with these cases. Y'all heard what I said. Go to the comment section, ask your questions. But other than that, guys, I appreciate your time. Happy holidays if you're watching this around Christmas 2025. If not, have a happy new year in 2026, y'all. It's your boy Bobby G. Thanking you guys for stopping by my corner. Peace.